Okay, part 2 of why I left the home. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to part 1. It's a long story. It's long. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. But it's a long story about why I left the home. I've told y'all how I got there, and then y'all were interested in why I left, and that's what this is. And it's going to take, and I knew it was going to take 2 parts. But anyway, in part 1, I left off where Nancy had hit a hole in the wall of the brand new gym that Brother Mac was so proud of, and we knew that she was going to be in a lot of trouble. So I was teaching kindergarten, as I said in the first, my diploma is not even, high school diploma is not even real, but I was teaching kindergarten in an ACE school. If you know, you know, we taught ourselves. It's not a thing. But anyway, I was teaching kindergarten, and I had put my little kids down to take a nap, and I had come down those stairs of the gym. I think I explained in the first part about what the gym was like. It was a big gym. On the back side of the gym was our big cafeteria, and then there were these two big set of staircases that went up on either side of the gym above the cafeteria. That was our what we called learning center. Ages kindergarten through senior and high school were up there in that one big room. Except my little kindergartners, we had our own little room. But anyway, I had laid them down for a nap, and I had come down the stairs to read my Bible. I was sitting at some bleachers. This was the farthest wall away from the cafeteria and learning center over there. And there were bleachers here, and the doors to come in were on this side beside the bleachers. And I was sitting there reading my Bible and just taking a break from the kids, and I heard the learning center door open, and I saw Nancy start down the stairs. She came out of the learning center and started down those stairs. And I don't know if she saw me or not, but anyway, she got down about to the bottom of the stairs, and I heard the gym door open, and in walked Brother Mac. And he did not see me. I know that he didn't see me, but it wouldn't have made one difference had he seen me. He didn't care. He was always right. Nothing he did was wrong. Everything was justified, and so he wouldn't have cared if he saw me. But when she saw him way across the gym, their eyes met, and the fear that came over her face was palpable. I mean, it was just like, I was afraid too. And she turned around and started back up those stairs, and he came across that gym, y'all, like Edward Cullen. And if you know, you know. And she had long hair down to her booty. We all did, all did, because we weren't allowed to cut our hair. We weren't allowed to wear makeup, all the things. And so she started back up those stairs, and she got about a quarter of the way up, and he was across there in no time. And he grabbed her by that hair, and he flung her down those stairs and commenced to, I don't know what I can say on here, but you can imagine. And I watched it, and I stood there, and I cried, and in my mind I thought, God, this is not right. I mean, I had seen horrific things, but that was one of the most horrific, and there was nothing I could do. You know, I sit here now and I feel like I want to cry, because I feel like y'all are probably judging me thinking, you sat there and did nothing. Well, there was nothing I could do. There was nothing I could do. I was junior staff, but I was pretty much still a girl of the home. I still had all the same rules and everything, and so there was nothing I could do for her. I just watched it happen. And then, he had long nails, and I don't know why he did, but he did, big, thick, long nails. And so I say that because whenever it was over, they put her in a room, and I think they were giving her like one meal a day. And I don't know. I just remember thinking that she must be hungry. And so I was taking her M&Ms and stuff, because as a staff person, I could have those things. The girls of the home didn't have M&Ms and in the rooms or anything. They could get to them if they had boxes that their parents sent, but they were put up, and they didn't have access to M&Ms and stuff like that at all times. But as a staff member, I did. So I would take her snacks and stuff down there to her room. But I remember writing Brother Mac a note and saying, and telling, because I didn't have access to just go talk to him, and I was too scared to anyway. But I wrote him a note and told him that I was leaving, because I did not believe that what he did was of God, and my heart had changed, and I did not believe that everything at the home was right at all, and that I was ready to go. And I could leave if I wanted to. I was 18. And Brother Mike sent his wife over there to me to tell me that I was sure welcome to leave, and that they wanted me to do it ASAP. And so I called my daddy, and he sent his friend at the time. Her name is Paula. She still lives in my town, and she's in her 80s, and she does my taxes, and she's been like my mama for many, many years. Everybody knows Paula, and everybody loves Paula. And she came and picked me up from the home. And when I left the home, I pined for it. I wanted to go back, because I missed my friends, and I missed the stability that I had there, because it was the first time I had ever had any stability, or, it's the first time I'd ever spent one full year at a school. I even though it was ridiculously wrong and all the things, it was stability to me. And so I really wanted to go back, but I never did, obviously. But it was horrible, and it was the right thing to do to leave, and it was the right thing not to go back, and I'm glad that I didn't, and I'm glad that I was out. But I often have wondered what happened to Nancy, because after I left, I don't know, and I've looked for her on Facebook and stuff throughout the years, but no one, and I am friends with some girls on here that were girls of the home, and nobody knows what happened to her, and I wish I did. But anyway, that's the story of why I left the home, and I hope you don't judge me for not helping her, because I feel like I wish I could have. I really do. When I think as an adult, I think about if it were my kids, thinking them going through something like that. It's just horrific. But I was a kid too, and there was nothing I could have done for her. So anyway, that's why I left, and this one isn't as long as the other one, but that's why I left the home. Love y'all.